The peace dividend is a long story. You're quite right. That's a major part of the picture here. I mean, that's something I'm going to look at in another book, is that after the Cold War was over, it's a very interesting story. I mean, the whole American empire was predicated on the Soviet threat. And, you had American fleets around the world, you had bases around the world, you had the CIA, which was a new thing in American society. It was always considered to be, an intelligence service like that was always considered incompatible with democracy until the Cold War. And then we did it. We had nuclear weapons. All of that was justified as necessary evils because we had this enormous threat from the Soviet Union, with the corollary assumption that if ever you took the Soviet Union out of the picture, those things would just go away. And the remarkable thing is that, first of all, I think that's what people were advocating, that the Cold War is over, the Berlin Wall ended, and then the Soviet Union broke up, and people said we don't need massive military spending anymore. We don't need fleets around the world. We don't need these things. And so the idea was to demilitarize the economy and start investing in the domestic economy. And I know from the left you had advocacy for building up infrastructure and healthcare. From the right, libertarians advocated tax cuts, especially for wealthy people, but tax cuts all the same. Give the money back to the people is what they said, all right? And that was the plan. And I think there was a massive lobbying effort, deep lobbying once again, to make sure that didn't happen. And quite honestly, to find a new enemy, And obviously, if you look for an enemy, eventually you'll find one. And here we are. We definitely have an enemy now, worthy of our sizable military, or that's what we say. And so we solved the problem of the peace dividend definitively. And I think that was one of the major threats from the foreign policy establishment, was the claim that we need a peace dividend. The public was demanding a peace dividend, and the question was, how do you prevent that from happening?